Don't bitch. It could be worse. Well, I just checked out the weather script. You know what Raytheon and Lockheed Martin have in store for us as they continue to geoengineer our flat Earth. And at the time of this podcast, here's what I saw. Let me bring this up, people. Willow City, North Dakota weather. Winter storm warning 8 hours ago. Remains in effect until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time Thursday. What? Heavy snow and blowing snow expected. Additional snow accumulation between 4 and 11 inches. Winds gusting as high as 35. Making traffic a bitch. Wow. Hey, that's great. And the extended forecast. I'm looking at Saturday with a high of 2 above. Sunday 3. -6 Monday. -8 Tuesday. -4 Wednesday. Boy, that puts me in a good mood. It really does. So, people, you think you know me? You think you really know me? Thinking, uh-oh, Dave's going to rant about the weather. Wrong answer. Nope. After a few comments on yesterday's podcast, I'm going to get in the mood. What mood, you ask? Well, people, what holiday is right around the corner? The city of Willow City has done their due diligence. Yep. The Christmas decorations are up on Main Street. Taking my dogs for a run each day in the wee hours, when I'm rolling out and you're rolling over. I can't help notice a number of residents here have gone balls to the walls, decorating their homes for the holiday. Some of them are using them cool lasers. And I've been told for years, Jesus is the reason for the season. I'm all about that. And don't forget, keep Christ in Christmas. KBTO, Botnos FM station, has been broadcasting Christmas music since December 1st. All the Christmas classics, many done in a country western shit-kicking style. And that's where I want to go today, people. I'm going to talk about Christmas music. So before you dig your asses out of the snow, stay with me, people, because I'm just getting started on Wednesday, the 14th of December, 2022. I'm sure some of you are wondering, WTF, why am I going there? Trust me, people, there is a method to my madness. Everything relates to everything else. Podcast upon podcast. So let me mention a couple of points about yesterday's podcast. Now, I can't be arrogant and humble at the same time any more than fresh and salt water comes out of the same well. And I'm all about humility. I am, after all, the humble messenger. So I'm going to have to throw the state churchianity a small bone, a very, very small bone. Everything I discussed about Noah's Ark, as they, the 501c3 tax exemptors, teach it, could be explained away as a miracle. Preachers, you can't deny that. Preachers are fond of telling their congregations, the Lord works in mysterious ways. His ways aren't our ways aren't His ways. So yes, my humility forces me to recognize the possibility, weak as it is, that yes, it's all a miracle. Accurately recorded miracle. But what a lazy way out. These state preachers throw out and ignore all the scriptures that teach God is not the author of confusion. God does nothing without first revealing His will through His prophets. And Enoch was a prophet, people. Remember the unwritten rule. Team Evil must do the same. And they are. They are telling us everything they intend to do to us until we are eliminated. That means dead, in case any bottom feeder's listening and doesn't know what eliminated means. And Team Evil never says, and then a miracle happens. Nope. Team Evil is pretty clear on their agenda. Okay, well, let's talk about Christmas music. And let's discuss why Murray, of all people, likes Christmas music so much. I'm going to run down a list of the big hits. These are the classic Christmas music songs, people. The songs everybody knows. And when I'm done, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. What do all the songwriters and composers have in common? Start thinking about it, people. Gee whiz, I wonder what that could be. Well, here we go. Oh, let's start out with the big one. One of the biggest time sellers of all time, White Christmas. And Happy Holidays, Irving Berlin. Johnny Marks wrote Rockin' Round the Christmas Tree, A Holly Jolly Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Silver and Gold, oh, I remember that song from the Rudolph show. I Hear Bells on Christmas Day and Run, Rudolph, Run. Robert Wells and Mel Torme co-composed the Christmas song. You know the one, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I have a version of that if I overload my stove with too much coal. My nuts roasting on an open fire. Jewel Stein and Sammy Kahn co-wrote Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Edward Pohl and George Weil, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Joan Javits and Philip Springer, Santa Baby. Mitchell Parrish, Sleigh Ride. Felix Bernard, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Jay Livingston and Ray Evans, Silver Bells. Walter Kent and Buck Ram, I'll Be Home for Christmas. And Robert Allen and Al Stillman, There's No Place Like Home for the Holidays. Now how cool is that? Do you guys know what all these people have in common? And I bet you thought Murray would hate Christmas, because after all, Jesus is the reason for the season, and I guarantee you, Murray's no fan of Jesus. Many times I'll call Murray the Antichrist. Now, am I wrong in doing that? Well, let's wrap up this podcast with a brief discussion about the Antichrist. I've heard it. You've heard it over and over again. Who's the Antichrist? When was he born? Where was he born? Some say it was Henry Kissinger. You add up his name correctly, it comes out to 666, Mark of the Beast. Some claim former Prince, now King of England, King Charles. Herr Klaus Schwab has received a number of honorable mentions. Endless movies have been made on this topic. Hundreds of YouTubers will give you clues to who he is. Social media platforms have thousands of people who claim to know who he is, and they can prove it. Now, you know, thinking about it, I don't recall ever hearing about a woman Antichrist. Or a Liquor Guns Bacon Tits Plus P nominee, but I'm sure those stories will be surfacing soon, coming to a neighborhood near you. So how does one clear up all this confusion? Can we agree they all can't be right? But can we also agree they all could be wrong? Well, if it was up to me, your humble, flexible, and most fluid messenger, I think I would go to the Bible first. I'm thinking that just might be a good place to start and perhaps end all this nonsense and bullshit. At this point in our lives, we no longer can use the "we are ignorant" excuse. Not today. Not with today's internet and all the cool Bible tools that are so easy to use. A claim of ignorance today is really admission that one is lazy and effing stupid. Let me, helpful that I am, show you how easy it is to stop the insanity. So let's go over here to BibleGateway.com. Let's type in, up in the header, Antichrist, one word. Let's use a version. Which version should we use? Well, let's use the King James Version. Yeah, that's America's most favorite version. Sits on a lot of coffee tables. Clean the dust off it and check this for yourself. So you hit search, and guess what? 4 Bible results for Antichrist from the King James Versions. 4. Not 4,000. 4. All in the New Testament. There are 3 in the first letter of John. There is 1 in the second letter of John. And guess what? There are 0 in the book of Revelation. I told you don't need that shit book. John 1, 2:22. I'm not going to read them all. Who is a liar but he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ? He is Antichrist, that denieth the Father and the Son. Pretty simple definition, ain't it? One more. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now there are many Antichrists. That's plural, people, whereby we know that it is the last time. That was 1 John 2:18. So what can we take away from there, people? It ain't a one over. It's not a one or nothing. It's a multiple. It's many. It's plural. And they've been around walking this earth for a goddamn long time, I say. So the question now is, if Jesus is the reasons for the season, and we're always admonished to keep Christ in Christmas, then how come so many Antichrists have written the tunes? You know, the songs. The words we know. We hum the tune. If we're just the songs, but the Christmas movies are out. Remember from It's a Wonderful Life back in the 40s? to Christmas Story? You shoot your eye out. Gee whiz. Who is behind those movies? Here's where I tell you people, I got stuff to do.